So to kick this video off, I'll go in with my green and black babelesses, and I want to go in and I want to trim majority of this hair to get it down to a desired length. I'm prepping it for an amazing taper and a dope lineup. So if y'all could kick it with me through this 13-minute video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. The gas I'm finna release today, crazy. So we just trying to get this hair down to that one desired length. We want to have everything prepped and in order before I break into my taper and into my lineup. That's super important with these people with froze. It's been about 3.5 months. This client specifically got his hair cut maybe a month before the quarantine had kicked off, and then the quarantine kicked off and we were in that for about 2.5 months. So as you guys can see, this is crazy, but I'm just trying to really get it down to that desired length before I do anything really big to this hair. And shout out to Germ Boomin', he got this beat rocking. If y'all always ask who my producer is, Germ Boomin' on Instagram is my producer. Literally the greatest to do this. He is not selling the beats that I do for YouTube because they're exclusively for my YouTube. So I go in with my number 2 guard and I'm completely closed, and I'm going in using the hilt of my blade and my flick out motion just so I could create some type of gradiency from bottom to top and open up room for me to be able to fade in. Then I go in with my Babeless FX Skeletals, and I like to create my first initial ball line towards the bottom of the temple area. I'll clear this space out, and then I'll start to blend the bottom of the beard out just so I could kind of see what my transition gonna look like on this client. It's been a while since I cut his hair, so sometimes when you see so many clients, you kind of forget the pattern of some people, but I seen how clean I blew that panel out. I know I'm gonna do the same here. I go in about 1/2 inch with my masters open, and I'm just gonna blend this line completely out, adjusting my clipper through its notches. The higher I'm in the fade, the more open I'll be in my clipper. The lower I am in the fade, the more closed my clipper will be. I'm going with a 1/16 guard, and I repeat the same steps. I'm halfway here, and then I slowly but surely open it up, and just opening it up helps me create that gradient. You don't always have to use a 1/8 guard. That's one thing that's real big on my channel. I skip a lot of guards, and I skip a lot of techniques off for the strength of I'm getting to the finish line early. That's about knowing your system. That's about using the hilt of the blade. As you guys can see, none of my clippers are laid flat on my client head. I use the hilt of my blade. So it's like I kind of put in super soft guidelines to where they're not even guidelines. They can be faded out without having to use a higher guard. I'll go in the back and I'm gonna repeat the same steps, create my ball line with my gold FXs, clearing this area out just so I can blow it out and then create me a panel. Then I go in with that number 2 guard, and that's completely closed, and I'm flicking. As you guys can see, this is a better angle with a flick. It's more of a C. I'm bringing it back to me. I'm bringing the top of the teeth back to me, and that's the most simplest way I can explain to you in terms of fading or getting that hair out the way. When you do that, you are lifting the clipper off of the head, creating an automatic transition or creating an automatic fade. I go in completely open, about 1 inch, because I got a lot of room to work with, and as you guys can see, my client kind of like, he move a lot, so you gotta, bend that head back down. You gotta get back right, and that's just what you have to do in certain cases. Like, I'm on 30-minute to 40-minute increments, but I'm opening my schedule up to 1 hour now daily, just so I could cut less people and I can worry about perfecting more haircuts and worry about getting you guys nothing but footage. If you guys have been a part of what's been going on for me with the last 2 weeks, I've been superly motivated. COVID superly motivated me to hop in that duffel. I feel like at 253,000 subscribers, I felt more embarrassed not to really drop a lot of content, seeing this is a career for me. I got people lively watching. There's no way as a content creator with COVID or without COVID, I wasn't supposed to have no type of content. That's super big. We content creators, I should have made it happen. And what make it worse is I didn't have nothing in the clip. And that's why I'm so up to par, and that's why I'm moving the way I'm moving. I got 30 unedited videos that you guys haven't seen yet. I got a lot of them in the chamber. This is like the consistency that you guys are finna see over the next couple months is finna be next to none. This is what Beam wanna do. I wanna be fully locked in to my YouTube. I wanna be able to give nothing but amazing content. So I opened up my time schedules. I go back in with my masters because my client definitely wanted to go a tad bit lower. So I was like, you know what? That's cool. We'll go in with the masters. We'll clean it up. We'll get it lower. And as you guys can see, I'm really using my masters to do most of my shaping. I'm clearing my lineup area. I'm doing everything just to keep everything consistent and keep everything in that transition realm. You guys can see, using the hilt of my blade, getting a slight transition and blend without even using a guard. Then I go in with a number 2 guard, and just look how easy that blend into it, because with just regularly using the hilt of your blade, you create a transition without having to use a guard. I'll go in here and just repeat the same steps, blowing that panel out, then I'll blend the bottom of the beard, and then I'm gonna work my way up to the top. And as you guys can see, just blow this whole area out. And the transition will come 1/16 and then do the same thing. I love the Andis Master. It is literally my favorite clipper when it comes to using the hilt of the blade or using a lower guard to fade in a higher area. You can bounce around with the clipper. The longer teeth help me do that. I start to comb all of the hair in the front down just so I could get a consistency of what the lining will look like. And then I'm gonna go in with my Andis ZR2s with a 1.5 blade, and I'm gonna cut with the grain just so I could debulk this area. Some people would have just threw a guard on there, and it's just me switching out my tools. It's not a preference thing. It's not even like you have to. I just grabbed the ZRs. I could have grabbed any clipper to do it, so don't overly think that you don't have to do the ZRs to trim that area down. That was just a clipper that I picked up. So I just go in with some mist and spray. It's free. Spray is called Take Control by my girl Tay Brown on Instagram. She got her own product, an all black owned company that make their own products, holding sprays, curl gels, wave pomades, and they perfect. So I go in the middle where I plant with my Babeless FXs, and I work my way all the way to the left. Seeing that I got a pretty fair lineup because I brought everything forward plus trimmed it down, I could really see exactly where it's gonna go. I'll turn my client and I'm gonna tap right into that vertical bar area. I repeat the same steps on here, plant in the middle and work my way all the way to the right. I literally go straight across. It's not about curving your blade or putting any curvatures into the lineup. Don't curve because you wrapping around the head. Move it straight across and you gonna get a more symmetrical lineup. Then I go in with my boy Sean Cut's hair and color enhancement card using the Beam Team Cordless Compressor XL in the color No Drip. So to those that get in the comments and they talk about people getting a shower and a color drop, like, you gotta be more educated about your products for one. If I stamp my name on it, I stamp my name on it for a reason. When we created my color, the biggest objective was to make it for the skin a non-chemical based product that also is waterproof. Invest in your products, educate yourself about your products. I understand and know that there's other colors in the world that kind of messed up the perception of color in terms of you take a shower, you lose the color on your head. But trust me, Beam invested into something totally different. Tomb 45 is something powered completely different. They won't drop a BS product for the industry. We only gonna drop the best, and that's what that color is. That color is the best on the market for any temporary color. It's there for 3 to 5 days and it stains the skin and it is waterproof. What else do you need to know? Then I go in with my Babeless FXs, and then I'm just slowly but surely tapping that concealed line. I concealed the line with a Barber Magic pencil, and be on the lookout because the pencils will be done real soon. I got a couple things that I need to do, a couple things I need to get out the way before the pencils, but the pencils is coming real soon. So everybody always asks me what to buy Tomb 45 products. Go to tomb45.com. Literally, no spaces. tomb45.com. You can literally access the whole lineup of all of the products. Go to tomb45.com, and that's exactly where you can get all the products. I go in behind the ear, do my verticals, and once I get to the tip of the ear, I'll convert all the way around. And the same thing with the back of the beard, just doing it straight vertical just so I can create a nice clean line for you guys. And I go back here, do the same steps, break into my vertical. When I get to the top of the ear, I'll convert to the corner of my blade just so I can make it around that corner, using my FXs to clean up around the fro as well, and then dropping my vertical bar right here in the back of the beard line. I literally set myself up. This is a whole frame out. Like, I'm not even done, and y'all know exactly where this one going. I lean my client back, I angle my razor at a 45-degree angle, I stretch the skin, and I bring everything back to the lineup. This is literally the most consistent thing for me when it comes to these beards. Come on, man, y'all know I'm cut different, dog. When it comes to the beards, this is what I do. I love to do this. I like to carve out my lines. You guys are starting to see that in my day 1 through 3 on my fresh back from the corona, and I got another one of them videos coming right after this. But that's what I like to do. I like to show y'all a lot of razor work. I'm super crafty with that razor. This literally the one thing that my dad told me he wouldn't give me when I was 10 or 11 years old, because he told me I wouldn't be ready for it. So my whole life I always been fighting to show and prove to my dad that I could do this razor thing, or I could go in and I could create lines out of just using a razor and not using a clipper. Everything that I do in my lifestyle was always to prove the man who I watched first do barbering. It was my dad. We got a tug-of-war relationship, but that's how it worked. That's how it worked. I had him to be literally one of my first haters in the game for me to be able to prove everybody wrong in terms of what I did with color, what I did with my straight razor. That's the person I've always been proven wrong in the industry, and it's not nothing against my dad. I don't want y'all to think me and my dad got a bad relationship or bad blood, but it's just regular tug of war. It's son versus father, and that's just what it was. I had to make him a believer. 10 years down the line, that boy became a believer of everything that I did. He hated color, and now I made him literally one of my biggest fans. He helped me create Beam Team Cordless Compressor XL. Same thing with the straight razors. Like, he seen me come a long way in 10 years, and it was just all to prove him wrong. So I went in with some water and then some Lotta Body wrapping lotion, and now a curl sponge, getting this thing all the way together. I'm whipping this thing. That's how you gotta do it with the curl sponges. I hate curl sponges, and this curl sponge, man, like, I just hate them, bro. I hate them because you gotta overly do it. So, man, making it happen, but it's just one of them processes because I cut a lot of his hair off and I'm using that wrapping lotion. When you using a curl sponge, you're trying to get that wrapping lotion color to disappear, but at the same time, you're trying to achieve the coils. So what I like to do is I like to go in, I like to do a couple spins and then snatch off and then pull a hair up with my fingers. It's kind of like styling, you know, tight curly hair basically, if you guys see what I'm doing. I'm hitting it every couple seconds and then moving, hitting it every couple seconds, moving, and then hitting it couple seconds, and then I'm moving it with my fingers right here. As you guys can see, it's literally styling. So in an imperfect world, we do get these clients that come in messed up after 3 months, and this barbers is up to us to change that outcome, and y'all know how I give it up. Let's lock in. Hashtag TBT in that comment section. Hashtag Glacier Gang. Hashtag 2020 is year to shapeshifters. We in that duffel. We ain't slowing down for nobody. I told y'all, every 2 days y'all getting a banger. Beam so locked in, I'm so focused. Please be with me through this process, and I'm gonna give y'all nothing but gas. If you was able to sit through this 13-minute video, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Yeah, all of that. I need all of that. Get alerted when these videos come out. I'm in my duffel this year, and I ain't slowing down. I truly appreciate everybody who was able to sit here and let me bless y'all with a little bit of my game. Until next time, and may God bless.